Welcome back to another Squishy Games video. Today we're going to go through the top 3 builds that we've had on this channel for 2.5 and to avoid those nasty rage hits. I'm also starting a new series where one subscriber every week can jump on a private server in creative and build their own base. I'm then going to test the base on a max game stage horde night to see how it bears up. I'll give a review on it, I'll give any tips that I might think could work better, and so on. Point of this is to try and get more builds to show to the community rather than just from myself but from multiple people. Different perspective, different builds, different ideas. Let's get some more stuff out there. If you're interested in doing this, come over to the Discord. Link is in the description. Anyway, on to the first build. So coming in at number 3 is this bad boy. Now, there's a lot going on here, and you do need to ignore a lot of it, because this was an experimental base that evolved through different stages of the game, so a lot of this stuff doesn't apply. For example, these hollow blocks all at the bottom, you don't need these. This is back when I was testing whether force fields worked with these blocks, whether gaps for them to fall down worked, blah blah blah. This can just be a normal floor, nothing needs to be there. The point that makes this so good is having your drop position a few blocks away from the front of your actual base. Now this is more of an entry level base, so you can fight at your main fighting position here, but then you can look down and shoot anything that might be attacking your walls at the front when they're in rage mode. It's just a bit of a extra precaution to get you through. This bar here could do with being a bit longer. The reason it's not is because I never used to have this big lump here, so this bar was a lot longer. And it was just a lot of ag to move the stairs back, right? So if you're going to build this, let's just make this, maybe these bars 5 or 6 long. And then you come into your second dropper at the back here and your stairs and whatnot. As for the actual base itself, you can kind of do what you want, as long as you have this set up at the front. I have also put these bars around the sides, so if this is, you know, sort of a co-op style play, at least one of you can cover here and here, and then maybe you've got a friend patrolling the sides, making sure no rage hitting is going on here. We also have them run all the way around the back. Standard roof, in case there's any vultures, just a couple of bars, it's all you need. As for electrics, generator battery bank switch, got some storage in here. Switch will do light bulbs in here. We've got a relay over here that then goes out to, well, we used to have blade traps under here, but since we've changed it, we've not added them. So that's up to you whether you want them or not. This base works really well. I'll put a link in the description if you want to watch the build, the evolve form of it, how we got to this stage. That will be there. I'll give this a solid 7 out of 10. It doesn't completely ignore rage hits, but there's some really good measures to help you fight against them. And you can see here, when we did a test on this, we only lost 1 block. So that can't be all bad. On to the next one. Coming in at number 2 has to be the water base. If not first. This base is fantastic. This is version 2 of the base. We've got 2 versions of this. We got the first one we built, which had the roof. There's a lot more materials to it. This base is a lot better, in my opinion. We've just got the doubled up wall for legs at the back. We've got a dropping point for them to come into. We've even got a little blade trap down here, which it does a little bit now and then. It probably isn't all that great, but, you know, it's something extra. Things that are important about this base is how we build it. So the chamber that they're in needs to be 3 blocks deep, right? So 1, 2, 3. The water will be, you know, 3/4 of the way up on the 3rd block. This is what I did. Now, the most important part is this 2 gap block. 1, 2. There's a 2 distance here. And the part that they fall down is over the platform. So they fall here. They decide that they can't reach these blocks because they're too far away. So they just run back, rinse and repeat. If they do fall down, for some reason, they just walk their way back out and do nothing about it. Fighting position is fairly standard. There's not a lot going on in here. It was just a test base. It worked really well. We could probably build a much better version of this. This was on max game stage. It's mainly made out of cobble. It's only really the bare important parts that have been upgraded. All this cement here, we lost. That's why it's random cement place box, because at the end when we did a review I placed them down. We lost these because it was a mixture of me shooting them like this and I was constantly doing damage to the floor, as well as the odd one blowing up and whatnot. Losing them blocks really isn't a big deal. It's got nothing to do with the main foundation of the base. Oh, we lost these 2 blocks, which were cobblestone. You know, just upgrade it to steel, problem solved. This base was absolutely incredible. This is the water base. Again, there'll be a link in the description if you want to see how we build this, should you want to go down that route. On to the next one. And coming in at base number 1. You know it has to be. This is the best base we've built. This is incredible. I thought the water base was the best it could get. But this, oh boy, not only are the colours beautiful, not only are they vibrant and delicious, but this base really pulls out all the good stuff. So let's dive into what's actually happening here. Fighting position is 3 wide. This allows for a co-op setup should you want it. If you want more than one of you in here fighting, it's not a problem. However, if you want to fight alone, and you don't have friends because you're a loser, it does not matter. They can't stand on these end plates. If they can, it's not for very long. They can only really stand on this one properly. So they're only lining up in front of you anyway, like a solo base. So that works really well. We have an additional dropper at the back here, just to relieve the pressure of how many do get across. Most of them are piled up here, but then it'll get too much. It'll push them to the sides, then they'll fall down these pieces. We've got an optional backup system in here. Should they break one section of this and get in, rather than abandon the entire, build, we just come over to this side and continue fighting from here, for however long that takes. If that front's going to break, it'll be near the end of the base or Horde Knight anyway. So you can probably finish off the rest of the Horde Knight in this section. Now, these probably shouldn't be bars, to be honest. They should probably be the same as this at the front here, the scaffold ladders. You should double them up as well. I've only done a single. We've also got a little viewpoint down here, because for some reason the direwolf dogs don't run up here very well. They like to just stand underneath you. So this solves that problem. Now, the one reason that makes this base so overpowered is they drop down here, and then these blocks here are considered a force field. For some reason, they just won't go on them. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we've done this like lip here. We're trying to confuse the AI, and they're just kind of going, no, I can't go over there. They just fall down and they run around again. That's all they do. We ran a test on this. I lost 1 block, and it was like this block here, I think. But this was destroyed by the wolf because it was underneath us the entire time, just attacking this 1 block. I don't think any zombies attacked the walls at all. We just had no damage other than this 1 block, which again was the direwolf. This base is incredible. Honestly, this is the best base I have built. If I'm going to go into a survival game, I'm going to aim to build this because it's a monster. Link in the description if you want to know how this one was built. We've done this one fairly recently. It's quite an up-to-date build. Let me know what you think. Have you made any of these bases? Have you made any bases similar? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Until the next one, guys.